We visited. We came back.
Looks like you got it.
Yeah, I got a picture of this winter coffee.
We said, well, I went up through Boston. I said, this is Boston. Come back from Boston. Thursday. We were on Friday. It's Friday night. 117.
Yeah.
This is the longest that I have been since I was good. Good. Yeah. Yeah, no, thanks.
I just want to stand back, especially just recovering. It's like, oh, yeah, you don't know how the dizziness is going on and stuff.
It's not great shit. Oh, so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looked like there was fog on this. Actually, I want to make a little picture of that. Look, I can. That's still a funny.
We have one player or two players?
We have two players. The one cute. So the two guys from 19 or guys from 19 are really cool. There's 3 for each year. You got kid out there working up to 29 guys.
It's the,
But there's, I told them. The option of pro. And they're like, oh wait a minute, there's 4 years about like that. I go, dude, fresh your busy. And he was, this is second year. But see, and that's why I felt it, they don't really believe, like,
can they hear you now?
no, it's not. They kind of all play, you know, C-ball and after ball.
Right.
To their credit, they really don't give a shit.
They just
I mean, they have kids, they work, they're like, Daniel's like, oh,
Something to go
great
do.
beer and that food. It's
Something to go do. Yeah.
I mean, the funny thing is they played 32 last year, I only went aside, put them on 29, because I did another 30 minutes there. But they show up Saturday mornings, I mean, you know,
Yeah, that's good.
and they laugh, and then, you know, they just don't.
Yeah, they're fun to hear.
So this is Mike Parnell's wiffle ball team. So they enjoy
He's
it.
out there telling them, they're like, ah!
Yeah. He's like, you guys don't like this stuff. They're like,
You know, they know they're on camera. Now they know they're superstars.
you told me you're filming?
Yeah.
I'm actually making it so far away that you can see the position, not so much the people. I wanted just to see how much they run around.
It's good. I saw an article today, Rich. They were talking about how much tennis clubs are either one, worried about paddle and pickleball, or two, super excited about it. Because they don't know which way it's going to go. You know?
Oh,
So is it the entry to playing tennis, or is it the demise
Well, no,
of tennis?
I think if you're under the age of 40, you're going to play tennis. I think between like 40 and 60 and 65, you play paddle. And then pickle is actually everywhere. Because it's an easy sport. You know? I mean, I play a lot of pickle. I have a court at my house, and I don't mind playing with my wife and playing couples. I think it's okay, but I kind of feel like it's the same thing over and over. I mean, this has a lot of strategy and
It says more
Yeah, first of all, I tell you what, I feel like pickleball is like checkers and this is relations.
Has interest in tennis been waning generally though?
In what?
Interest in tennis was
Well,
it
yeah,
waning?
tennis is by far the hardest sport.
Yeah.
You're gonna have less people who.
I mean, like before pickleball got more popular.
Yeah, I would say so.
Because the combination would smash.
I always thought badminton would pick off in this country. I always loved playing badminton. Like, you could hit people right when you're in school, and it was like, check. Yeah.
And you can hit the thing as hard as you like, it doesn't go very far.
Right, which is kind of like what pickleball is.
And actually, it's funny you say that because I took a tennis, badminton, and racquetball class in college, where you learn a little bit about how to play better. And there were some decent people that were there playing. My soccer coach was actually like a racquetball tennis guy, and he was coaching it. So you learn, like you're playing like with athletic people who are practicing it. You're like, this game just got really different.
Yeah.
Really different.
Yeah, the place.
Because every other time I played, it was like in somebody's backyard,
Right.
with a net that sucked,
Yeah.
and lines that were hard to see. And,
Oh yeah, you see the professionals play or the Olympics.
yeah.
Well, they're crazy.
Whack, they
But
whack
still,
like
if you
that.
still play, if you still just play good, fun.
Yeah.
Something to it.
Well, the thing is, everybody said play pickleball because it's so much easier. So I was like, all right. And then I found that because you swing so hard, actually find it's kind of harder on your body.
Yeah.
And because I'm bending over so much, I found my knees. So my knees and my lower back
Yes.
really hurt when I play pickleball. And this gave me up.
Okay.
So it's funny how like, I'm the one person.
You spend a lot of time like
Yeah,
this.
that's right. Which,
Like if you're playing, if you're really playing, you have to be this low.
and you're doing a lot of these quick
Yes.
movements, so you're like, your
Yes.
knees are just killing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The paddle's not as heavy, and the resistance,
That
like
part.
it doesn't hurt here.
Right, that part's not.
In fact, it's a good thing to cure if this has been hurting you. Play pickle for a few weeks.
Actually, I did what
So
you
you're
probably
still
would
doing
do.
it. Did you hang?
I thought, and then I literally did like 300 of these like every day. Because I was teaching at Midtown, so I go up there real fast. Actually, Brian Woodruff has that story. He's like, he's like this little old pudgy guy walks into the gym, and I see him like do this thing, and all he does is like 300 of these and leaves after about 2 minutes. So, and he goes, oh, that's Rich. but it works, yeah.
Like I was there for a different reason.
Yeah, I was like,
I wanted to be able to play paddle.
yeah, he's like, it was funny. But it was like all these guys looking in the mirrors and lifting their weights, and I kind of.
It's like physical therapy you talking about?
Well,
Or for tennis
you
out
ever
there.
get that something where it hurts right here? Someday you'll get that.
Okay.
It's usually from, at your level, it's usually because guys are gripping to the paddle so tight, it really works that tendon. But also what happens if you start, or it can be overused, like in my case, it just, sometimes I'm on the court 12 hours a day, it's fine. And oftentimes it's people, if they hit the ball behind them, they kind of crank it down. Yeah, that's the part I'm.
Although it's not the first year I played, which is like 3 or 4 years ago, and it really bothered me to the point where I couldn't. I had to think like, I wasn't gonna stop, but I should have. Like picking this up would hurt. No, picking up a coffee cup would hurt.
So I actually, the first time I got it, I basically ended up teaching him playing lefty the whole year.
Yeah.
So half the time now I'm just lazy to come over here because I can do it. It's like, I remember people think, you're like, I thought you were a lefty. Well, not really.
It's an overwork and fatigue issue.
Yeah, I think it's definitely.
Like it's not strong.
But also I think it's good because your triceps are weak
Yeah.
and because you're.
Because that's why I think the hanging and any kind of curls or what you're doing strengthens around it.
Well, I actually found that I decided to work in the triceps really hard to pull that off, and then work these really hard to go.
Yeah.
So I found that if I just kind of the rope on the V, and I just kind of went over, I went all the way down and all the way over, and so this part was working my triceps, this part was working for it, and I would just literally do this.
Because some guys try to fix it with like a cortisone shot
Yeah.
or the rubbing thing, and you're like,
Well, that
all
works.
you're doing is addressing the thing that's sore. You're
Yeah.
not the
You're
reason
right.
it's sore.
You're right. So as soon as that drug wears off, you just
Right.
Yeah. No,
And probably hurting it more in the meantime.
No, I mean, here, the first time I worked out when I was done, I can tell you, the first time I'm working out, I can tell, as I'm working out, the pain's not there, not because when you stop, it goes back to you and work longer.
Yeah.
But every day it was like, and all of a sudden by the second week, it was like, okay, now it's gone because I worked out. No, you were right, it was. I remember one time I had a bad back, and my trainer said, it's because you're a fat fuck and you're out of shape. I'm like, come on, I'm a D1 athlete. Yeah, well, now you're a fat fuck, you're out of shape. And all of a sudden, yeah, you go back and doing all your sit-ups, all of a sudden you're
Right. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I guess you're right. I'm just a fat fuck around the shape, which is hard to accept you that first time.
It is hard to accept. I'm not a big fan. I like cardio stuff, like so I run, or a combination of run and walking if I'm not doing this, or elliptical stuff. And I should do more strength stuff.
I think my problem is I did so many sports my whole life and worked out. I had to work out for so long. I just kind of like, I felt like when I was done, I was done. And then I played a lot of golf, which you didn't need to do much for. So then I found ways to do this where I could actually not move and still play. So
I just mean from a longevity perspective.
No,
That's what.
It's hard to argue with eat
They tell
healthy,
you.
eat healthy and work out. That's a good
Yes.
way to do it. No, I appreciate that I should work out more and I should eat healthy. It's like my daughter, who had like an 8-pack and swam through college. She hasn't been in the pool since. She's just like, oh. She's like, I just know I should work out, but she's like, I did it every day of my life.
You know, I met Gary when he stopped playing, and like, I don't know, a year into it at some point, I was like, so what do you, I forget last, like, so what do you do to work out? And he's like, nothing. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, since I stopped, back then he's like, since I stopped, I haven't done a thing. I'm like, hold on a minute. It's like, you're joking, right? Like, absolutely nothing? It's like, no. I'm like, why? He's like, because I never went from the time I left from high school until I stopped. I never went 2 days in a row without doing it and working. I'm like, that was the thing I could do better than other people was work. And other people were better at me than other thing, almost every other thing. So it's like after not ever giving myself a break for more than 1 day in a row for all that time, he's like, I just don't want to do anything for a while.
Right, like my daughter would swim Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve. She never had a day off.
Right, so they'd be a team in Division, effectively Division 2.
Just imagine doing that until you're.
I saw that,
Literally. I mean, Michael Jordan, I remember, I remember asking about him last night. He's like, yeah, I can't wait to like just do nothing and just get fat.
And they,
This is interesting.
you recognize some of the players, like some of them, you recognize it from the season, so it's like, you see the ones.
So what happens is, I think maybe you know this, literally, some, like these guys signed up the week before the first meeting, right? So the match starts next week. I got 1 hour to teach myself. So when I yes, because you got 1 hour, right? I go, Gary, it's 1 hour. What am I going to teach you guys? A match. I got some. But the problem is now this year I'm trying to get a lot of these. They just don't want to. They just don't want to like this.
You don't have to be that guy if you're playing that level, usually. It was funny that year we started doing that. Was that just last year?
2 years ago.
Yeah, it's 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And when we were on the did that because it was like you just freak all these teams out. They'd never seen it, and they weren't good at that level. Whatever it was, 25.
Yeah.
They couldn't drive.
Right. They couldn't laugh.
They couldn't direct.
Yeah, correct.
Where the ball was going.
Right.
So there was no downside to the island.
Right. But it makes me laugh when I see how the guys will hit every ball and could be out by 30 feet and they still hit it. But I realize whether it was the eye or not, guys are still getting it. So.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Look at kid playing with the 29 guys.
It's probably good for a serve.
Yeah.
Just relax. He can be so good at serving, and then he'll miss one, and then it's like.
I feel like your whole team, it's funny, I told this to Steve, I kind of feel like your whole team is a lot better than you guys know.
Yeah.
And it's not showing up in the record.
Yeah.
The only difference, you guys only have one problem. And the problem is almost everybody at your level at some point played series, like 2 or 3, went to 4, went to 5. So they've learned how to be patient, how to win.
Right.
Whereas you guys are still trying to kind of win the match. Whereas you can't quite do it on 5.
Right.
You guys are a little smarter and they're willing to adjust.
Right, that's the part that happened over and over. It's been a while since the break. So the last few times, I just remember we won 5 and we won on 7 in the same week.
Yeah.
Gary and I back to back.
Right.
And then we were playing, and then I played with Charlie in Series 7 the next night. Because I told Charlie I'll do that. Because I like Charlie.
Well, I love Charlie too, but when Charlie told me he's gonna play 7, Charlie, go play 7. But, I said that, but I'm not, I wouldn't put you. He's like, well, what, would you put me on the 5 team here? I said, Charlie, I gotta tell you, I probably was gonna put you on the 14. Because
Right.
you were losing that 19, and I watched your matches, and then we played the other night, and he just said, still, it's like, look, 9
He'll go for a while where he just hits the shots that make sense to hit, and then just stops.
So, you know, the message is.
Just stops, and it's like, dude, we could do this, but it won't work. Like,
It's a lot, shot selection is very, I don't know.
my problem too is if I'm playing with some words like that, then I start to get impatient because like you're not going to get the ball, and it's like that's that's a bad sequence.
That's right. So you're right, actually, like, well, if I'm not gonna see a ball, and he's gonna drive your one, I'm out. Really, Charlie's biggest problem, I told him the first year, just doesn't change this. And Charlie, after you hit the ball, you have to be somewhat aware where you're on the court.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I've literally watched matches where Charlie will hit a ball, and then, for example, he hit a ball in the green, okay, stood there, hit like a lob, the guy hit a ball, went up the middle, Charlie went over, and he made this beautiful catch. But it should have been simple, because Charlie never went back in the court, He just kind of stood there, I mean, it's Charlie, so he's kind of chasing the ball, right? It's not just a Charlie, you have to.
So they're going through some cool tips.
I mean, what, he just started playing basketball. And I don't know that he ever played a whole lot of basketball. So his familiarity with that.
See, I actually think this is where pickleball. This is where pickleball.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
there's a lot of pickleball
Yes.
shots, and there's, there's a string.
And in pickleball positions,
Right.
why, if this is the baseline, why are you ever standing here? I don't ever. Ever. He's like, well, ever? I'm like, the only time you should be standing inside of that is if you're starting to move in. The only time.
So I'm trying to trick Brent, but it's not.
Brian actually gets away with it.
Yeah, I already been there.
I just mean playing against him, it's harder to take advantage of it than most people.
What,
He's like used to it or something.
here's what I told him. I said, Brent, it's not a matter of that you don't get the ball, it's that you don't penalize anybody for any bad shots. So all these balls that are hit really hard up the backside, I think the other guys really bring it. You run back and because you're always running back, you come back and you get them. So what? I said, now,
And what's the benefit?
according to him, it's that he can. Well, first he said that he can blitz, but I argued to him. I think you can blitz just as easily one step back. So that's kind of. And then he said, well, I'm trying to bait them into hitting at me so they don't go up my target. Yeah, apparently that was just that one I laughed at. I said that to me is like when my kid tells me, well, why should I pick up my clothes and wash them because they're going to be dirty anyhow? That's kind of that rationale. A little twist. Why? Because he picked up a bad habit.
I've heard that one. I'm baiting them to hit it at me.
Yeah, at this point, they're picking on Jeff. If I'm on a position, they'll come after me.
And then we'll work together.
So I want the ball.
Yeah.
What?
Is that I want the ball?
Yeah. And I want them to turn that in. That's it.
Said I hit the ball out. It wasn't me or Matt. We needed a ball. Oh, really?
It's okay if it was you.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
He's still gonna give you a ball.
Thanks, Rich.
Who likes this tag? Really?
I mean, when I try to convince them, that's okay, but there's national champs who are 24 years old, who stand there too. There's no.
I'm not sure that counts.
So, but I didn't take that approach. What I took the approach was, I didn't tell him why he shouldn't do it. I tried to tell him the benefit of standard So I said, Steve, at first I tried to tell him why he shouldn't do it. Tell him to attack him. Now I tried to say to him, hey. And so I did that. I actually, listen, I'm gonna feed, I want you to stand back. I'm gonna feed some balls off the screen. I want you to race them off. And then you're gonna stand where you
He's
stood.
actually good at
Yeah, right. And then I said, now I'm gonna have you stand where you stand, and you're gonna get the ball, so you're still off back. You tell me what's next. And he kind of agreed with me, but then he was kind of like his own thing. He's like, well, I can bait them into coming at me. I'm like, well,
That's interesting.
I said, but how is that an advantage if you're just gonna lock it back?
I think of that as like the reaction to like this is how I play and I like playing this way. I know like when you were teaching us to have the guy up at the net much more and and he said you kind of rarely switch. And when I first heard that, I was like, what's he talking about? Because that was something Gary and I naturally did, was switch if it was behind you. And then you could hit it back to the forehand. Across, you could hit that, because I'm like, how are you going to cover the cross court? And then when you said that, I'm like, my reaction at first was, wow, is he really paying attention right there? Or did he mean what he just said? So then we just started, I'm like, Gary, let's just start doing it and see what happens. And after, like, let's not switch. Let's really try not to switch. And then I'm like, dude, the only thing is we can never hit one anywhere other than right back down the line. Like, do not hit it. Do not hit it to the guy over there when the guy goes off the court and you're all the way down the line. We're not switching. But once we got that down, then I'm like, you don't have to switch, and it messes with them.
Yeah.
They don't see that ball come back like that, and I'm like, well, I play with Charlie. I was trying to get Charlie to do that, and he feels a little less comfortable with his control when he's moving back to hit it down the line. But when I'm playing with Gary, like, both of us feel totally fine hitting that. Like,
Well, you can also.
so my point is, at first I thought, oh, I'm not sure that would work. I'm like, let's give it a try. Oh wait, this works really well.
Well, I still feel like you can still go up the middle to that person's back.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, that's me. But the truth is, you can't. Because whenever he always asks me, what are you gonna do, Rich, now when I go across court? You're gonna lose the point.
Right.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care what position you go in. You're gonna lose the point, or give up to that. Yeah. But that's what.
You know what's funny, because then we were playing, so Charlie and I played these guys, where would we play these guys?
Oh, they put the stadium
We were
too.
playing somebody in a, oh, I know, we played in this turbo tournament. We played against Mike Franco. And so it was one of these where like the combined PTI had to be something, so he's got to play with a guy who's got a really high PTI.
Remember, I played with Franco back when he wasn't as good as he was. So
He's good.
I heard he's really good.
He is good. So he's playing in the net, and his partner, who's like, you know, much worse than him, because he has to be to play in the tournament, is playing the deuce. So I'm like, so Charlie, you know all the stuff we've been working on? Where the guy stays up in the front and the other guy's in the middle, he's like, yeah, I'm like, we are not doing that. Like, we might do the reverse, maybe. Because I don't think he's going to drive the ball over here. But if I'm up at the net, I might back up, unless you feel comfortable.
No,
It worked, but it took some getting used to. It was like, wait a minute, we just got to play the
I
same
mean,
match.
the problem is there's an exception to everything in this game. Right?
Yeah.
You
Or the
know,
lefty who plays on there.
yeah, right there.
And then you're like,
Which is what I used to do with my partner. From the left throw motion, throw people off. And then we'd switch after the first set. So it was really funny. He'd start on me, I'd lefty, then we'd switch to deuce, and if we could go first set, we'd say, God, you guys are fucking.
because it messes with you when you're tired. Like, you get used to hitting the overhead that you're used to hitting, and like, no, that's a bad shot right now. Like, and there was one dude we played too who had like a really good backhand. I'm like, Charlie, we're not, of course, I was playing with Gary, like, we are not hitting a single just soft little thing up to the, he's gonna, like, don't hit that.
Now, the difference was this, if I played a really long match with the grinders, then I just switch it just to get. I would maybe hit 5 or 10, I'd say, you know, I'd hit erotic, okay, next point, let's switch.
Yeah.
This is when I started to fade.
We would do that, okay.
Maybe they'll do it then. Yeah, they could be like this could be a valid. This could be a valid.
I'm just here, my goal was that, when I came here, everybody played the exact same way, which is both guys just chase the win.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna teach everybody a little different, and then you can win the schools. I understand too, when I watch people play paddle, I would say when I teach this, I would say maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
The guys get real mad, it's not working with your teacher. And I'm like, well, I'll look it up. And everybody's like, well, you don't teach how they show it on your team. I'm like, okay, when you guys become national champions, I'll teach you how to play that. But that's, you know, that means you gotta go get the ball off that screen every third or fourth shot.
Like wine tasted.
Yeah, that's what it is. And if you got enough one morning.
You know, the other thing I can't tell guys, you know,
Yeah.
like Mitch Granger will be next to you, and all of a sudden, he'll go close on the net, and then literally he's right back. I mean, it's
So
different.
this is not a youth hostel.
Totally
different.
You should ask her if it's backcountry, like, okay, put together.
That's
all
why-
over Europe.
Okay.
I'm just very
I haven't played enough with Mitch to compare Mike and Mitch, but Mike and Franco is super good. Comparatively to the guys. No, I'm sure there's gonna be.
But well, no, not a matter of quickness, just a matter of shots.
Oh yeah, no, I played that I've seen. We played on Saturday morning with it's me, Gary, Kip. I don't know if you ever met Jeff Hendricks or you know him? He like he doesn't play here much. He owns tennis. He owns a few tennis clubs. His kids grew up with our kids, so he has a kid who's a senior in college who played high school tennis, and then he has a kid who's out of college who played at Northwestern tennis. And that older guy brought two of his Northwestern tennis friends. So we played out at Hawthorne Woods because he belongs out there now. So it's these 4 tennis kids playing against us. But particularly the Northwestern tennis guys, those guys, their racket skills are fantastic, right? And they can get everything. But they don't lob hardly ever. Like, ever. It was close. I mean, we played a series of matches mixing up, and it was nip and tuck with everybody. It was close every time. And these guys were like, we got to do this again. Like, we come up from the city.
Well, like, I took this kid Drake and Mike Sims and put him on 14. But they needed some young bucks to run around. And I told him, and I was like, listen, Drake is a tennis pro, wherever he plays. I said, so he'll suck the first 4 or 5 matches, but he'll do it.
Yeah.
And the other day, like, I played against him, I hit a drop shot. I actually hit a drop shot, but it was just over the net, and I walked away. And then he went and he got it like around the post. And I went, that's like 23-year-old speed, you know. It's like,
When you see that, you're like, wait a minute,
fuck,
what just happened?
Yeah, that sucks. He's like, now we can. I mean, this ball was like not even good.
Then there's one dude who's a lefty. We started like mixing matches we were playing. And he was really good at everything except he would, if this is a back screen, he would never get closer than this. On balls into the corners. And then he'd be going like this. And he's like, Pete, you make that look so easy. Like every time they hit it over there, you're making it look so easy. Like you're actually hitting the ball where you want to. I'm just trying to get it in. I'm like, go back and just be all the way. He's like, how do I know when I'm all the way? I'm like, when your shoulder touches the screen. He couldn't do it. He couldn't get himself to do it.
That's really impressive, right?
Yes.
Look here,
Like right there.
And he'll get it in. But my point is, there's so many banks that are hard off that. Like I tried to show him, stand this corner. I bring it off that big screen. You're gonna bring it, and he couldn't every time. I go, but you went up that whole shot. I said, so if I play you, Brett, I know I can just I can bail with every overhead in your corner no matter how close, because you're not gonna bring any offense. So how is that work? You just give it enough.
Next time. Yeah. It was just so funny to watch this. You're gonna have to okay, the really good racket skills, just not be able to figure out where you stop.
Oh, no, I really.
Like if your shoulder is not touching the screen, he's like, your shoulder is. I'm like, I know, but I'm not. I'm standing probably like right here, and I'm always hitting the ball moving like this. You're always hitting it going like that.
So Bob Gelder was probably playing for 30 years. I said, okay, we're gonna play this young kid, Drake, they're coming together. And literally, Drake would stand in the middle of the court, and no matter where the ball was, Drake would be everywhere. Bob was
Right, he's like, that's fine.
Yeah, but Bob was just laughing. But eventually, you know, and Drake put like 4 in the tennis courts over here, and Bob was just laughing. I said, what do you say to me? He goes, nothing. He goes, hello.
Thanks very much. Burford, so it's one screen. Oh, Burford, one screen. Oh, I didn't know.
Stay there at the hotel.
These two teams always like, I'm a bit Badger fan, it's funny to watch. No matter how bad or good they are, these games against Michigan State are always the same. Close.
Used to be a trivia question for a long time, like what team is in the Final Four the most, wins the Final Four. It was always Wisconsin.
You know.
They were always like because they'd always lose in the finals or second round, but they're always there.
Is that intentional?
No,
Oh, I definitely did that. I'm going right back now.
Oh, yeah.
You guys got new ball, John? You guys got a new ball yet?
So hot.
Yeah, so this is now, we thought that's the best way. It's like the night before.
Did you lock
I
that?
didn't mean to.
Yeah, they hotel.
How do you lock a deadbolt by
I
accident?
was driving to the airport.
It's like, that was outside, I opened it, and I closed it, and
It
then
was playing under the
That's
carpet.
okay.
We're not playing together, so I can, yeah. It's good. It's good.
Steve Douglas is running really good.
Well, you said you'd be here like 7:30 or 8.
What do you do for Christmas?
we stayed around here for Christmas, but for New Year's, we went up to a place called Mackerel in Wisconsin. It's like 5 hours north, 4.5 hours north. It's close to Michigan, but it's
Rural county?
more central Wisconsin.
Okay.
I have a friend that has a lake house, and he's got a lot of fair activities, so like, he's got like a sauna property, it's a hot tub, ice fishing.
Oh, so actually was the late first, and then you said to that question, yeah. Yeah, you dropped out, kid off it, in the store there. And so then they were definitely close to lake there, going with fishing and with water and then Florida.
No, it's just the first time I've ever done.
That was just the first time, yeah.
And you gonna run out of batteries for the live stream there?
I can go all night on this. Actually, it's funny you're laughing. See my little cord I put up there? I connected to there. Very professional job it is.
You can hardly notice it. I did not notice it.
The professional part was you chose white.
I chose white. I did that white and white duct tape. I mean, is that not impressive?
Tape really, yeah.
So if I want, I can plug it in if it gets low. It's funny, I actually got a real wide angle, but I just want to show them more about where they're running around in there. Actually, it looks like they're so far away from practice.
So what's the best in the school here? Ice fishing? Put up there for.
I didn't really do anything. Some people like swimming.
Well, I'm over there.
4 days.
Yeah, it must be a big house. All your own cramping.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Well, the one thing you and Gary have figured out is that,
Is it one of
there's
those
no shot clock.
like colleges?
And so I feel like that's something
Sometimes I'm better at it than others, and sometimes I'm better.
it's like most of the guys on your team, that's not.
Yeah, that's outside.
But no, I'm sorry.
But.
I was telling Gary because he started hitting a few more offensive shots. And I was like, in matches, because for a while he was doing it when we weren't in matches, and he was doing it really well, and then you get there and he wouldn't. And he's like, well, I don't want to hit anything out. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's the way to do it, right?
when you hit more offensive shots, it makes me more patient.
But also
And
like,
he's like, wait a minute, I never thought about that. I'm like, because if I'm the only one hitting any offensive shots, then if we start to lose a little to somebody, I feel like, well, I gotta change the surroundings.
we'll go to that too, is that he's gonna make them make more errors. Because right
Yes.
now, if they don't, they're not gonna be penalized for banging the wall. That's a no matter where I put the ball, you're not gonna grab off the screen, so I don't care how how good your lob is, I just gotta put it in place. But if I'm gonna hit it too hard, you're gonna bring it like Gary's doing now, then
Yes.
I'll just bring it down.
So without paying any,
That was the other one, like their partner overlaps, and they will tighten up. Because they, you know, they can't just bubble one back when they're out balance. So when they're out balance, they still have to worry.
You just kind of like say, hey, we're gonna list it for this. We're gonna list it for that, or how did that go?
yeah, so we said you can be selling the house, right? Because you do from what I do, we look at the house, it's at, whether it should be expand the house.
Yeah.
Or not be done.
My favorite's the 32 one night.
Exactly.
It's pouring rain. I mean, like, doesn't stop raining.
So you knew that
And
was.
of course, the heaters can't go up, other than court one. So they played all 4 courts on court one. Yeah. So I was like, well, guys, we gotta play all 4 courts on court one. Like, we can do that. They took an hour and 20 minutes to put all 4 minutes.
Really?
Literally, if you got the serve in, you won the point. If you missed the serve, it was just down the numbers or something. That's a bad thing.
It's the difference. It's just about shot making. Serving. Check out it.
Yeah. He's a perfect style.
That was like when I was in like 17.
No, so I went to Iowa, so I kind of hope they both lose.
You lived there for 7.
You hope it's not something.
No, I hope they both lose.
Oh, yeah. You like Fran McCaffrey?
Well, what?
Do you like their coach?
He saw everything going on.
Does
He
anybody,
gets so mad.
does anybody ever like
I think people like these Wisconsin coaches because they've been for years they've been doing better than their talent should.
Yeah, I guess Michigan State's got a good coach, right?
I think sometimes the only people who like coach are teams. McCaffrey just has this unique ability to lose his shit. When he loses his shit, it is like full on. Like he's not choosing what he's doing. He's just going.
I love that. My boys actually still talk about it. It was fun.
My dad and my brother have season tickets for Wisconsin games, and they like to get them where they can watch it.
There was no
Big
way.
man.
Now.
That's one of my dad's favorite things to watch. I'm like, I guess. Whatever it is, yeah.
It's funny because I had tickets behind the Bulls bench for a while.
Yeah.
And we used to go to time out everything going to having these really intellectual. And literally it was like,
He said, okay,
fuck you, get that fuck around, give me the fuck. It was really. And no one would listen to the coach and they're all like, you know.
Okay, we've been up to room for the kids.
I was like, well, this is like the best in the world. You know, the announcer's like, oh, there's bad guys in Richard Pete.
Yeah. Thank you.
What do they call us about more trouble?
Yeah, right. Get up, Rich.
No, I meant, we're not warmed up. Oh, yeah. I played for about half an hour before the show that. Maybe just, so I got warm, so we cold again. All right, man, are you telling me good now? That's right, I like to see that.
You're warmed up, but they don't take that focus.
Hey, good to see you.
You too. We'll call that after we go and see you. True.
Man, this cold air can't be good for you, right?
It's actually really bizarre. So the cold air actually is really good for my lungs. Like when I'm snow skiing, like I hardly ever get short breath.
Okay.
Like
You have asthma?
yeah.
Yeah, I thought cold air was not Could they exacerbate,
It's really good.
that's good then. She must love that for you.
My mom's a contractor, so it's full of shit.
Kip, why don't you? Kip. Kip. That's good. Kick one of those guys out there.
Yeah, I know what it is actually. It's the, went to the doctor on Saturday. Just, yeah, I had a cough for ages. It's been going on for years. It's been getting worse and worse and worse. And so, went to the doctor to see what was going on. I didn't have a chance to x-ray and all that stuff. So, really,
Oh, that's
let's see how it goes. Hopefully we'll
yeah,
get
do that. Again, see if you can find anything.
just a psychologist and
Yeah. Or maybe a combination.
one of them should get fix something else.
Right. Yeah, one talk, one blows up, and then one talks about it. I did chest X-ray a few months ago. I've seen what's going on there. Breathe properly and all this. Check that. Good attitudes, but go for an X-ray anyway. So I think this is the best in all the United States. Okay, I guess I go for the X-ray. You got the and she said, just an X-ray. What did you want to book an appointment or just want to walk in? She said, okay, in that case, come to the computer. You got to go around to the main hospital. Walk around to the main hospital. Yeah, one X-ray.
I don't know if they're still good.
Yeah, 2 weeks later, chest X-ray. It's amazing.
I think
Just amazing. It's like oh.
I didn't know coffee. They're like, oh, just over in this room over here.
Yeah,
But it is, it's pretty cool.
it's so good.
I've been coughing so much lately, like roots hurt. That's when my roots hurt. It's like, before I could never feel it when I was coughing, and now I'm like, oh yeah, there it is. Thank God it's not my paddle.
I love Julie. It's like I only need the one, sir. Just to make sure that my right hand to it.
I had 7 kids. Played
Oh, wow.
I had a number jam with this. So it was like,
To be
and I
fair-
cleaned the kitchen.
So the kids had all that back.
Okay, that's great.
They were all fed, they were getting as much as they wanted. But they had also all the things like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, there we go.
Yeah, Julie was trying to get Henry to read a book as I was reading. Oh, he's been struggling to read. And she was getting frustrated. So he can read, but like, he struggled, he's silly reading. And like, he wasn't really after me. She was getting mad, he was getting angry. I was like, I got no paddle. I'm so sorry. I gotta get out of here.
I think I have been.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do other than that. Just point it.
It's made by Lagunitas. But it's actually I think it's sparkling water.
But it's.
It smells, it tastes like a watered down IPA.
Oh, is it alcohol?
No, I'm not drinking it.
Yeah. Did you go there then?
Really? No. I've been waking up at 4 a.m. every day, so.
But there's nothing more frustrating than waking up before your kids. And knowing that you could have slept better. Like this morning, I woke up at 5 in the morning and I was thinking I was going to go work and I was like, I was like trying to get myself to go back to sleep, and the more you're going to get, like the more possible you back. Like, I was 6:15 rolling around and kids are doing like, oh fuck it, I'm up, let's go.
Where are you and I playing?
We'll play that. Okay. You might be streaming.
Oh, you're gonna be sweet.
Sweet.
Look at the nutritional facts as well.
Oh, I can't even. I'm lucky to be the Lagunitas coffee. Coffee refreshment. Okay, I can't go for the coffee refreshment. I can't go after that.
Just go to the hospital and get 2 glasses. Put it in the corner. Really.
It's basically got, it's nothing. It's zero across the board. It's just so weird.
Just give us now. You know, right?
You know, yeah.
Good. You like crazy? You play 3 or what do you play?
I'm a sub.
You're a sub? Okay. I think you're a sub in 3. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Ryan.
Hey,
That's nice to meet you. Thanks for coming out.
Stu.
I'm Stuart.
Like you always play the new shorts?
I do,
Yeah.
I haven't played with long pants. This is my first year playing, so
Okay.
I'm newish to it, but I love it so far.
It's good. How'd you get up into it?
I wanted to play for the last 6 years. I've been at I'm Fullerton next to Lakeshore Fitness.
Yeah.
And then the paddle there.
Yeah.
I don't know why I never signed up, and then I came up here and went back 2 years ago and forgot to do it last year, and then signed up late this year. I played tennis in high school, and
So you can kill it across the court, you just learn how to not kill it.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard a lot of words.
Everything you know, you have to go to learn.
Yeah.
How's it going?
And you guys are all probably like, well,
Big love.
okay.
We all, this is a something we all.
That's fine. Standard roll,
Yeah.
and court, same time. You're one of the.
Yeah.
So you guys never shoes, I was starting those. And push off. I think it was good shoes.
I like the first one, I did a little bit, I like pushed off. I did just like, do this couple of, yeah.
Everybody plays lots of videos. You need to sell like you call it pretty
Yeah.
Although we have an events that we're a few inches so there. And it's going to be traffic, more traffic.
Yeah, in 2 weeks of these, get the new ones out.
You guys do anything over the weekend? You guys going
So my parents came from Philly, her parents came from San Diego.
This is the art of the broken.
We had a trip back to San Diego. Baby was born. Not too shabby. Yeah, just stay there.
You guys try this something.
I actually don't know. We're not from here.
Oh, wow.
One trip.
Yeah, that's but those little spots, yeah, I think my dad retired. Here you go. Okay, yeah, that's him. I had one that, how'd it go? Show up. We're gonna do this. Like this shit,
The Australian cricket stuff. You want to see that? I mean, I never stopped watching That was my best one. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, let's start.
So what am I doing?
Yeah. It's.
So about 5 years ago, this Australian guy was
Gets the bed.
getting the washes from the cess. He had a couple of years from his house.
17. Sorry, that's a And then it's over.
The next time, then everybody says, next time the corner.
I think that's
He built a big cage, he built a batting cage for himself out of the baseball pitching machine. He had on top of the step ladders so we could practice for it. Collections, starts bags, those are those. His wife from Mars.
crazy.
Confectionery, windows. What's that? 8. That was the last time I played. I knew it was the last. I played before that. I'll be back.
So you know that.
Yeah. It was good. It was good to go back to Wales.
Oh, yeah?
When we got there, my dad had fallen over, and then, so, I ended up in the hospital for the whole week. But the kids had said they wanted to go back because they hadn't seen grandparents for 4 years, so it's like, okay. In retrospect, it's like, at least they saw it, and they saw it. But boy, British healthcare system needs a lot of reform. A lot of We sat in an ambulance for 15 hours. The ambulance was sitting at the accident emergency. So they didn't have any hours, so they didn't have any room in the accident emergency to take him in. It's crazy. There was 12 ambulances. So then they would say, hey, if you phone up an ambulance, there's no ambulance. Look, they're all sitting at the hospital. So people drive, the ambulance driver said, you know, you're better off, if you get injured there, you're better off driving, getting somebody driving. Better how much pay you in. So somebody, when we were there, somebody drove up and the patient was all with him and broke his hip. Imagine taking somebody with a broken hip.
In the car.
Just get in the car. Just get in the car.
In the truck.
We'll drive you up there.
That sounds good.
And then, it's get run over by a bus.